सर्टिफाईड एथिकल हॅकर आणि कम्प्युटर हॅकिंग फॉरेन्सिक इन्व्हेस्टिगेशनचं सर्टिफिकेशन केलं आहे. सो EC काउन्सिलचं सर्टिफिकेशन वर्थ आहे का दुसरं कोणतं केलं पाहिजे?
नाही, EC काउन्सिलचं सर्टिफिकेशन सगळेच वर्थ आहे, डोंट वरी.
अँड आफ्टर BCA मी जॉबसाठी प्रिपेअर करू शकतो और हायर एज्युकेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड?
डिपेंड तुझ्यावर डिपेंड आहे की तुला एज्युकेशन पुढे कंटिन्यू करायचं का इमिडिएटली जॉब करायचा आहे. एकदा जॉबमध्ये अडकले की पुढे एज्युकेशन होत नाही.
One question. In our syllabus of BCA as well as NCA, students has to select different specializations. So we have cyber security students, but I found that very few students go. So please tell them the career opportunities today.
सर डेफिनेटली मी तेव्हापासून तेच सांगतो की सायबरमध्ये ह्यूज रिक्वायरमेंट आहे. सो एवढं आहे की तुम्हाला टाइम स्पेंड करावं लागतं सायबरमध्ये. मार्केट इज टोटली ओपन फॉर यू. सायबरमध्ये सायबरचा पाहिजे तर तुम्हाला मी सिलेबस अजून स्टँडर्ड डिझाईन करून देईल, कारण डीम युनिव्हर्सिटी इट कॅन बी अप्रूव्ड. सो ॲज पर द मार्केट इंडस्ट्री तुम्ही जर सायबर सिलेबस डिझाईन केला ना सर, डेफिनेटली ते लोक सायबरमध्ये मेन आहे हँड्स ऑन. जोपर्यंत हँड्स ऑन येत नाही तोपर्यंत ते त्यांचं अप्रोच वाढत नाही आहे. C++ मी ब्लेम करत नाही, पण जावा ह्या सगळ्या डोमेनमध्ये सिस्टममध्ये ऑटोमॅटिक असतात, कारण आपण ते हे वापरतो, काय म्हणतात त्याला, प्रोग्रामिंग लँग्वेजेस वगैरे वापरतो ना, त्या बाय डिफॉल्ट सिस्टममध्ये आहेत. आणि पोरांना ते AC मध्ये बसून थोडं चांगलं वाटतं. सायबरमध्ये कसं तुम्हाला यू हॅव टू थिंक ओव्हर. मी तुम्हाला सिलेबस देईल सर चांगलं. सर्टिफिकेशन इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. तुमचं नॉलेज महत्त्वाचं. मगाशी सरांनी बोललं ना पहिल्याच फर्स्ट सेशनमध्ये की सर्टिफिकेशन तुम्ही करा वन्स यू स्टार्ट अर्निंग मनी, कारण सर्टिफिकेशन कॉस्टिंग इज व्हेरी हाय. सो बेटर वे तुम्ही जर सर्टिफिकेशन करण्यापेक्षा चांगले युडेमीवरनं स्वस्तात कोर्सेस घेतले ना टू ऑल स्टुडंट्स, ते खूप जे सर्टिफिकेशनमध्ये असतं सेम युडेमीमध्ये आहे. एवढंच आहे की तुम्हाला युडेमीचं सर्टिफिकेट मिळतो, पर्टिक्युलरली काइंड ऑफ EC काउन्सिल, इसाका काही नॉमिनेटेड एजन्सीज आहेत त्यांचं सर्टिफिकेट मिळत नाही. बट तुम्ही युडेमीवर किंवा क्लासमध्ये तुमच्या लॅबमध्ये प्रॉपर सायबर सिक्युरिटीमध्ये जर चांगलं प्रॅक्टिकल हँड्स ऑन जर केलं तर तुम्हाला मार्केटमध्ये खूप सारे ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज अवेलेबल आहेत, म्हणजे एक्स्ट्रीमली अवेलेबल. कारण सायबर सिक्युरिटी इज व्हेरी वास्ट. त्याच्यामध्ये सिक्युरिटी ऑपरेशन सेंटर येतं, डेटाबेस सिक्युरिटी येतं, ॲप्लिकेशन सिक्युरिटी येतं, DLP येतं, डेटा लिकेज प्रोटेक्शन, सिस्टमचा डेटा बाहेर जाऊ नये ह्याच्यासाठी पण एक सेपरेट डिपार्टमेंट प्रत्येक ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये असतं, त्याला DLP म्हणतात. जर एखादी इन्फॉर्मेशन बाहेर गेली तर ती इमिजिएटली DLPमध्ये हिट होतं, डेटा लिकेज प्रोटेक्शनमध्ये, की हा डेटा कंपनीच्या डोमेनच्या बाहेर गेलेला आहे. सो त्या ठिकाणी तुम्हाला इन्सिडेंट्स इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन करायला मिळतं. त्याच्यानंतर ब्रँड मॉनिटरिंग, तुमच्या एक ऑर्गनायझेशनचं मार्केटमध्ये रेप्युटेशन काय आहे ते चेक करण्याची पण तुम्हाला सायबर सिक्युरिटी थ्रू खूप चांगली ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी मिळते. समजा माझं एक फॉर एक्झाम्पल मी रेबिटचं सांगतो. रेबिटचे एक डुप्लिकेट डमी वेबसाईट बनवली आणि मार्केटमध्ये सर्क्युलेट चाललेली. सो ब्रँड मॉनिटरिंगमध्ये ते आयडेंटिफाय होतं की त्याचं रेप्युटेशन खराब होतं आहे, की रेबिटबद्दल एक डमी वेबसाईट, मग ती कोणत्याही ऑर्गनायझेशनचं असू द्या. त्याच्यानंतर VAPT, व्हल्नरॅबिलिटी असेसमेंट, पेनिट्रेशन टेस्टिंग, हे खूप अपकमिंग आणि इव्हॉल्विंग आहेत. म्हणजे व्हल्नरॅबिलिटी म्हणजे तुम्ही एखादं ॲप्लिकेशन ऑनबोर्ड करता, त्या ॲप्लिकेशन ऑनबोर्ड करताना त्याची पूर्ण व्हल्नरॅबिलिटी चेक करायला तुम्हाला चान्स मिळतं. अगेन तुम्हाला त्या ॲप्लिकेशनचं कोडिंग, टेस्टिंग सगळं तुम्हाला VAPTच्या तुम्हाला पाहायला मिळतं किंवा ऑपरेट करायला मिळतं, की एखादा तुम्ही ॲप्लिकेशन रन करताना, कोड रन करताना त्याच्यामध्ये काही बग्स आहेत का, व्हल्नरॅबिलिटीज आहेत का. कारण मोस्ट ऑफ द ॲप्लिकेशन्स हे ओपन सोर्स ॲप्लिकेशनपासून घेतल्या जातात, किंवा बऱ्याचदा वेब बेस्ड ॲप्लिकेशन असतात. वेब बेस्ड ॲप्लिकेशन ॲक्सेस करताना थोडं टेक्निकल आहे. वेब बेस्ड ॲप्लिकेशन ॲक्सेस, वेब म्हणजे क्रोममध्ये ॲक्सेस करताना बऱ्याच वेळेला क्रोममध्ये पण मॅलवेअर वगैरे सारखे फिरत असतात. मग त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही जर ॲज अ चांगलं VAPTचा कोर्स केला किंवा VAPTमध्ये जर गेला तर चांगला खूप जास्त स्कोप आहे. अजून एनी क्वेश्चन?
डार्क वेब वरती जसं की ट्रान्झॅक्शन होतात ते सगळे क्रिप्टो ह्याच्यावरती होतात, कारण ते मेजरली ते ट्रेसेबल नसतात. जसं की आता इंडियाने पण त्याच्यावरती ट्रेस करण्यासाठी जसं की ट्रान्झॅक्शनवरती आधार काहीतरी लिंकिंग केले, जसं की त्याचं ट्रेसिंग हवं. इज इट वर्क की त्याचं ट्रेसिंग होत नाही का? तरी
ट्रेसिंग होत नाही. तुला ज्यावेळेस डार्क वेबमधून डेटा विकत घ्यायचा असतो, तुला ते क्रिप्टोमध्येच घ्यावं लागतं, डॉलरमध्येच विकत घ्यावं लागतं. $2, $4, $8, डिपेंड अपॉन क्रिटिकलिटी ऑफ डेटा. डेटा किती क्रिटिकल आहे. पण डार्क वेबमध्ये काही आपल्याकडे मॉड्यूल्स आहेत, त्याच्यावर तो डेटा मला इझिली मी डाउनलोड करून घेतो, कारण मला त्याचा ॲक्सेस आहे. सो विदाउट पेईंग द मनी टू देम मी तो डेटा ॲक्सेस करतो, डेटा पूर्ण गो थ्रू करतो. डेटाची म्हणजे इम्पॉर्टन्स किती आहे. बऱ्याच वेळेला काय होतं, डार्क वेबवर मी एक 2 GB 4 GB डेटा घेतो, रँडमली कोणाचंही नाव टाकतो, कोणाचाही अकाउंट नंबर टाकतो, कुठलंही उचलतो आणि डेटाबेस क्रिएट करून डार्क वेबवर टाकतो, कारण तो मला पैसे कमवायचे. तुला मी सांगितलं $10 तुम्हाला XYZ SBI बँकेचा डेटा आहे, मी नाव लिहिलं SBI डेटा लिख. त्याच्यामुळे डेटा SBIचा आहे की नाही मला माहिती नाही, पण मला नाव दिसलं SBI, मी डाउनलोड करून घेतलं. पण मी ज्यावेळेस त्याचं ऑथेंटिसिटी किंवा रिॲलिटी चेक करतो, मलाही माहिती नसते की तो प्रॉपर SBIचा अकाउंट आहे की नाही. सो अगेन आय हॅव टू इन्फॉर्म, मला पर्टिक्युलरली बँकेला कळवावं लागतं की हा डेटा तुमचा आहे का, एखाद्या कस्टमरचा हा कॉन्टॅक्ट नंबर किंवा अकाउंट नंबर आहे का, चेक करा आणि व्हेरीफाय करून मला सांगा. डार्क वेबवर पूर्ण ह्याच्यामध्येच होतं, डॉलरमध्ये ट्रान्झॅक्शन होतात.
but the transaction is happened using of bitcoins or cryptocurrency, so is it traceable?
हां, त्याचे पण आपल्याकडे मॉड्यूल्स आहेत, टूल्स आहेत. मी ते सांगतो ना, क्रिप्टो फॉरेन्सिक एक खूप चॅलेंजिंग प्रोफाईल आहे फॉरेन्सिकमध्ये. सो तुमचे क्रिप्टो पण ट्रान्झॅक्ट होतात, कुठून कुठे चालले, कोणत्या क्रिप्टोमधून कोणत्या क्रिप्टोमध्ये मायग्रेट होत आहे, इथेरियममधून दुसऱ्या ह्याच्यामध्ये का त्याच्यामधनं ह्याच्यामध्ये ट्रान्झॅक्ट कुठे होतात हे सगळं कळतं. थोडं चॅलेंजिंग आहे, पण मिळून जातं. एनिथिंग?
Okay, see, we'll stop here due to lack of time. We'll give separate time with Pranav sir. You can have a lot of questions and discussion with him. More sessions to come, right? So we'll hold for a while, then we'll start for the new session.
थँक्यू. मी तुमच्या गरज पडली तर वेबएक्सवर वगैरे येत जाईल.
He is available after the session is available. You can go and ask your questions, not a problem.
ओके.
And those who actually want to do their career in digital forensic, and like Pranav sir said that he would like to start Center of Excellence, and you have shown the interest, we will start the Center of Excellence, but we should not be the first predator, prey for you. You can try outside, not with the organization. नाहीतर आमच्याकडे ट्रेनिंग घेऊन तुम्ही आमचंच हॅक करून टाकाल सगळं. That clause we should keep, sir.
So definitely.
आमच्या कॉलेजमध्ये जर शिकत असाल तर आम्हाला हॅक करायचं नाही.
Thank you so much and wish you all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your impactful words. As Mr. Pranav Padarkar mentioned, cybercrime encompasses a range of illegal activities conducted online, including hacking, identity theft, malware distribution, and so on. Following to this, social media is a fire. It can warm us or burn us, depending how we handle it. Now, I request the technical team to play the AV of our guest of honor, Mr. Ymim Biswas, Indian Head Innovation Team, Amdocs.
Honorable Guest of Honor, Ymim Biswas. Ymim Biswas, the India Innovation Lead at Amdocs India LLP, boasts an impressive 22 years of IT industry experience. His expertise extends across diverse domains, including finance, state machine architecture, DP internals, and telecom BSS. Ymim's career journey has been multifaceted, ranging from freelancing to startup development to leadership roles in large transformation projects. He brings a unique perspective to the table, having navigated both the software delivery, engineering, and corporate aspects of organization. At Amdocs, Ymim is instrumental in fostering a culture of innovation innovation, drawing on his passion for continuous learning and excellence. Beyond his professional endeavors, Anjan finds joy in exploring the country, impressing himself in life experience and capturing moments through photography. His curiosity drives him to constantly question and explore new ideas, making why and what if integral parts of his approach to problem solving and innovation. Welcome you, sir, to the IT Symposium 2024.
Now, I request our guest of honor of First IT Symposium 2024, Honorable Mr. Anjan Biswas, to address the audience with his topic, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The dais is all yours, sir.
First of all, thanks. That was a great video. It's first time I'm seeing something like that. Hello. Yeah. Thank you. Finally, my session comes. First of all, a big thanks to Professor Ymim for calling me here, and I'm really grateful for that. And the management team, and above all, the organizers. What kind of questions they were asking me since yesterday. Great questions. But I'm really sorry you guys were waiting since morning. Almost 9 a.m. I heard, but we were late because of the technical issues that were there. And I was really looking forward to talking to you guys. So you heard a lot about the technical aspects of cyber frauds and cyber crimes and all crime and murders and a lot of things, right? But I know you guys are MBA students and BBA, BCA, MCA, so technical and management all together. And all of you are gearing to get jobs and maybe be entrepreneurs and obviously want to be innovative. And that is the reason why we have this topic called innovation and entrepreneurship. But before that, maybe I'll try to talk a bit about Amdocs. So whatever is written there, apart from that, what Amdocs does is telecom, communication, right? When you go to a Airtel office to buy a SIM and you get the SIM, you show interest. There are customer care executives who are talking to you and trying to sell you a plan. From that point to your call going through, your SIM getting activated, the bill coming to you, if you are a prepaid, obviously the bill doesn't come, you get charged immediately. But if you have postpaid connection, you get a bill at your home. And after that you may pay a bill, you may not pay your bill. So how the collection happens? So all this software that is there, that is created by Amdocs for Globes, Tier 1 and Tier 1.5 customers, the telcos, the CSPs like Airtel, Vodafone India and across the globe. If you see, these are the leading service providers who rely on Amdocs. There are 400 plus clients that we have. We have a presence across 90 plus countries. Okay, but leaving just a short introduction about Amdocs, which was mandatory for me to give, I would come to the topic that we have, innovation. Generally, a topic starts by asking a question, what do you think about innovation? And I won't ask that. Because that's, everybody is used that word, innovation, too much. But there are a lot of things that people don't understand. By the way, I'll use English and Hindi. Marathi I understand, but I won't be able to speak. Maybe I won't be able to understand fast Marathi. But हाँ मैं हिंदी में बात करूँगा, मैं इंग्लिश में बात करूँगा, I'll mix it up. So obviously I hope all of you are able to understand me. Okay. So the first word that comes to our mind around innovation is somebody would call it as a creative thing. It's okay, sir. I move around. Yeah. I love to interact and be on the front. So if you see the first word, creativity, this is also sometimes confused with innovation. If I have a creative idea, that means I have done something innovative. If I have an idea, I have done innovation. This is the first first myth that is there. Creativity is something which is an inherent quality in you. And if you see on the screen, it is talking about, okay. So there is some animation issue which is not shown on the screen. By the way, technology, I can tell you, every screen is different. If there is a projector, this kind of a screen and the screen that we use in our offices are very different. And the color that was there, it is not showing here. The word that is there, maybe it is in a bright color, it is not showing. But don't worry. So the creativity that you are talking about, it is the ability to develop original ideas. And those original ideas don't come from somewhere out of the box. It's there existing around you and maybe we don't know about it. Right? So if people around you don't know about something and you are able to bring that, that's a creative idea. But you may find that somebody else, somewhere else may know about it. Then also it's a creative idea that you have got, but then you have to connect to it and go to the next level of creativity. And then comes the invention. When we are able to use our creative ideas to fill a gap, there is a need, there is a problem that we want to solve. And because of a gap, we want to bridge that gap. It is called the invention. So invention and innovation are very different. Before the word innovation comes, there is something which is called as entrepreneurship. And within a corporate, we call it intrapreneurship because it is internal. And entrepreneurship is when you are moving out and doing it for others. Right? So this is the act of business, of commercializing things, of evangelizing your ideas, concepts, the inventions that you have created to something which is a business is called entrepreneurship. Right? So how do we bridge the gap? When we say we have created an invention, and I can tell you invention is defined by the patents we apply. You might have all heard of patents. There is a India patent office, there is a US patent office, there is a China patent office. So every country has it. Why US patent office is considered to be the topmost? Because they have commercial interest in all countries almost. We want to sell to US to get the best market share, right? To best profit. So we register in the US patent office our ideas by paying a huge sum. The first amount that we need to pay is almost $10,000. And then every 4 to 5 years we need to retain that patent by paying $7,000. Just for registering there, and we get it in 3 years, and they are earning money like anything. But these days we also register in India patent office, which is very less costly, around 70,000 for the first 70,000 rupees. That is the first step that we should do. But the interesting fact is, out of 100 patents that we apply, only 5 or 5% of it is picked up for innovation. Because innovation is this. Innovation is when you are able to commercialize your invention, when you are able to scale and sustain it. Another 5% just jumps into the space of doing some business. And out of it, almost 3% succeeds. So imagine 100 patents which are registered, approximately 3 becomes innovation. So any idea which comes to your mind is not an innovation, but that is the first seed. ये याद रखना कि पहला वो ट्रिगर तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, उसके बिना इनोवेशन तो आगे होने वाला नहीं है. पहले इन्वेंशन आ सकता है, किसी और का इन्वेंशन को हम उठा सकते हैं और उसको इनोवेशन बना सकते हैं. So there can be a beautiful process innovation, there can be a marketing innovation, there can be a product innovation. अलग अलग चीज के होते हैं और सिर्फ डिजिटल नहीं होता, नॉन डिजिटल भी है. So there is digital and analog. These days we are talking about just creating an app. किसी को भी पूछो इनोवेशन क्या करना है, एक ऐप बनाना है. फार्मर्स को प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, ऐप बना देते हैं, फार्मर्स का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा. नहीं होता ऐसा. App is not innovation. It's just maybe a starting point, maybe a tool to give to the users, right? To do something. But before that, if you are doing it for a farmer, the farmer has to plant the seeds, right? And वो मे भी जरूरी नहीं है. किसी ने तो मुझे बोला कि सर मैं एक ऐप बना रहा हूँ जिसमें कैमरा से मुझे वो प्लांट का डिजीज पता चल जाएगा और वो फार्मर देखेंगे तो उनको सारा सोल्यूशन मिल जाएगा. बोलो कितना टाइम लगेगा? इंटरनेट है क्या गांव में? बस देखना पड़ेगा. पावर ऑफ हो जाता है, इंटरनेट चले जाता है, स्पीड नहीं है, वो ऐप से करेगा क्या और उसमें से वो भरोसा करेगा क्या? मैं बोलो जो रिटायर्ड फार्मर है, जो पेड़ के नीचे बैठे हैं, शाम को बकर कर रहे हैं, एक दूसरे से बात कर रहे हैं, उनसे पूछो तो जल्दी बता देंगे ना. तो आपको फोटो क्यों खींचना है? नहीं सर इनोवेशन करना था, ऐप बनाना था. बोलो नहीं, वैसा नहीं होता. सो अंडरस्टैंड द जर्नी. इट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. Innovation journey, it is overused word, but if it is done properly, it's a beautiful journey. It brings a lot of value to the people. And that is the formula that is there. This is from MIT, not our formula. Innovation equal to invention into commercialization. There has to be a return on the investment that you are doing. There has to be a scaling. It has to move to others, and then the challenges start coming. And we will look into that also. Okay. In between, anybody has a question, you can stop me and ask the question. So for this innovation thing to be demystified, we need to understand the mindsets of the two things, innovation and entrepreneurship. So if I say innovation, okay, if I say entrepreneurial, what is that mindset that we are talking about? The classical definition that you see, I don't think you will be able to read that because in our screens it looks very different, this PPT. I'll read it out. It is a set of skills that enable people to identify and make the most of opportunities, overcome and learn from setbacks and succeed in a variety of settings. बहुत ही complicated है. Entrepreneurship, obviously business करना है, सही तरीके से करना है, ठीक है, अपना भी पेट पालना है, दूसरे का भी करना है, jobs create करना है. So when you all are looking for jobs, understand that there has to be a job creator for you, giving you those jobs, right? नौकरी करनी है तो किसी को तो बनाना पड़ेगा वो entrepreneurial initiative. Why not you guys? If you have good ideas, meaningful problems to solve, you guys can be those entrepreneurs. But going with the classical definition, what are the keywords that we can look into it? Few, there may be many. Few which I thought can be relevant, the insights. The resilience. आप सुबह 9 बजे से बैठे हो, आप गर्मी में, that is the resilience. You already have that strength. So most of you can be entrepreneurs. You have the mindset. बैठे हैं, देख रहे हैं, wait कर रहे हैं customer के लिए, right? Stakeholders के लिए wait कर रहे हैं. Ownership. The way the organizing team were owning this whole process about inviting us, you all have those ownership capabilities. Why not explore it? Because that is the entrepreneurial mindset. इसको successful करना है, इस event को successful करना है. Right? Even the team, the digital team who were trying to set up this whole thing, they finally succeeded. कुछ ना कुछ problems आ रहे थे, but they were solved. Right? Then you have integrity, बहुत important है. Being ethical and integrity. We don't want to spoil the environment. We don't want to hurt others. Our fellow human beings, our friends and family, even our enemies. We don't want to destroy our enemies. Because वो नहीं होंगे तो हम भी नहीं होंगे. Right? They give us, push us to go forward and do things. You know, in the world, the most amount of trade that happens is on what? Arms and ammunition. The biggest countries, like America and Switzerland, you won't know, they are the best countries. They sell the largest amount of arms and ammunition. Why? Because we fight. We want to buy those and fight with each other. And they are earning money through us. So integrity, ethical is very, very important. Do we really need to build arms and ammunition, or we want to build those drones which will zap out the pest control mechanism? I saw a recent invention that was there. The drone was going on top flying, and with artificial intelligence it was exactly matching the harmful pests, and with laser it was zapping it out without destroying any plants, without destroying butterflies and all those honeybees which may also get destroyed. So that is a way of thinking ethical and integrity, with integrity. That I won't spray harmful chemicals. So that is very important for you to understand. Value, non-monetary, these are also important. Always it's not about money. If already I am earning money or value or ROI, can I give something which is good for the ecosystem? We all are ecosystem. Somebody will build a business, something else, and it's a chain. Think about not just yourself, but the whole ecosystem as a integrated community which can progress together. And then the entrepreneurial mindset is what is going to happen. Okay? Now let's come to innovation. Where are the synergies? When we talk about innovation versus entrepreneurship, the classical definition that we see is people with an innovative mindset are forward thinking. Mark the words forward thinking, are creative and open to testing, making mistakes and trying again. They are collaborative and progress loving. They do not love the past. They know the new is always coming. So when we make things better and efficient, that is also innovation, it is incremental. But when we do things in a different way to achieve better results, that is a better innovation, right? Because you may bring in a technology which is non-invasive. Like when we treat cancer, the chemotherapy that we do, it actually is harmful for our whole body. It kills good cells. But if you have something called as immunotherapy, or if you have something which is very targeted, that targets only the cancer cells which are not behaving the proper way, then it is much more innovative. That is doing the whole treatment in a totally different way. So that is the mindset. But what are the insights? The insights from the classic definition is, it's disruptive. Yeah, it should be. We should think about something which is very higher and may end up with doing something better, which is fine. But always have the vision to think higher. वो विजन दिखना चाहिए ऊपर दूर का कि ये अगले 20 साल में मैं क्या छोड़ के जाने वाला हूँ पीछे. Is it going to be beneficial for the people who are behind me when they come in? Should be non-attached. I should not just think my idea is the best idea. What about the community? Maybe there are better ideas. Keen observer of human behavior, open to criticism, validates assumptions. These are keywords and we will dive into it a bit more. So for this, the thing that I try to propagate is innovators DNA. This is not mine. This is from HBR, and this was propagated by some great professors from MIT and Stanford, like Leighton. They are not there. And we have adopted that in Andox to build a culture, because it is very essential for us to understand these 5 DNAs that is there. And I want to share with all of you what are these 5 DNAs, which is very important. But before that, if you see this slide, the ability to innovate is not merely the function of mind. And I have put intentionally a cat there as an image. I have intentionally put a dog here as an image, but also a function of behaviors. So if you map the behaviors of these 2 animals, you would see how the 5 innovators DNA is what is I am going to talk about, connect to these animals. How many love dogs, by the way? Few. Rest all are cat lovers? No? Or yes, you are cat lover? Okay, good. So what are the innovation? Some see things as they are and ask why, others dream things that never were and why not, obviously. This is a quotation by George Bernard Shaw, and I love this quote because I ask a lot of questions. Yesterday night I asked a lot of questions, I shared a lot of thoughts with the organizers, and this is something which pushes me every day to go and think on the innovators DNA. Now, iDNA skills, the first DNA which I believe is in networking. Today, whatever you guys are doing is actually networking. Not for job, but for ideas, thoughts, sharing with each other what they have learned, how they have struggled in life. This networking has to be with diverse people. So generally in a year, maybe 3 or 4 times or 5 times, your college is inviting people like us to interact with you guys, which is very good. But during your day-to-day activities, how well do you interact with others? MBA with BBA only or MBA with BCA also? People from different areas, people with different backgrounds. Somebody is engineer, somebody is a non-engineer. Try to find out those people and network with them. Share ideas with them, what their previous experiences are. Don't wait for just us to come in and then share something. That is important. But it should be done in a daily basis. The DNA should be followed on a daily basis. Otherwise it doesn't get into your system. The second DNA that I believe in is observation. So when you network with very different people, you should be ready to observe what are the different things that they are saying, what they are talking about, what they have done in their life, what are their ideas, how they are behaving. Many things to observe. And that observation is going to help you in, activating the next one, which is questioning. Without observing correctly, you cannot question. You have to question. The question has to be deeper. It cannot be superficial question, just for the sake of it, just for making notes. No. The question has to be deeper so that it has a meaningful outcome for you. And association is the biggest boon that we have. So network to find the right association you have. Not similar minded people, that is what we always try to do. ये मेरे लिए अच्छा बोलता है, ये मेरे लिए अच्छी बोलती है, तो हम दोनों साथ में रहेंगे, 4 लोग, हम लोग का सब मैच होता है, सिंक्रोनाइजेशन होता है. नहीं, उसमें इनोवेशन नहीं हो सकता. Mix with people who have diverse thoughts, who are thinking very differently than what you had ever expected. डिबेट करो, हेल्दी डिबेट करो, मारामारी मत करो, बट हेल्दी डिबेट तो करना ही चाहिए. आइडियोलॉजीज पे डिबेट होने चाहिए, बट बहुत ज़्यादा खींचना नहीं चाहिए. बट इट शुड बी. सो यू गाइज आर सपोज टू बी मूविंग अराउंड. Move around the villages. Talk to the villagers. Why only students? Right? So that is the third one, questioning. Then only you will be able to associate. This associating DNA is the fourth DNA. When we have accumulated lot of different kind of viewpoints and thoughts, which are very different, you will be a better problem solver because you know now this problem can be easily solved with this kind of a solution from a totally different domain. That is association. If I have a farming problem, can I solve it using a tech that is used in maybe automobile? Maybe it can be done. It is being done. China is doing a lot of things in that. So that only idea will come to you, and the solving capability will come when you have already done the groundwork of the first 3 DNAs. So association is a very important DNA, and most important, I would say. And the last DNA is the experimenting. Before you pitch it to others, before you ask for money, before you ask for support, can you create a small prototype by experimenting your solution so that others can visualize it? People are able to see what you are trying to say. You say you buy my product, but before that you tell them what is the value that it is going to give. For that, the first step was understanding the problem better. Okay? So these are the 5 DNAs that we believe in, I believe in, and we try to inculcate these in everyone. So if I go out of my company and talk to people, students, even corporates, even CEOs and founders, I talk about these 5 DNAs only. And I try to evaluate based on that. How much is that in them? Now with that, this slide talks about a very important part which is called design thinking. And design thinking, why it is important? It is not important as a process. I won't talk about the process part of it. But I want to talk about the way it is not understood in the right context. When we generally do things, we jump into one of the circles which is called technology. एक technology आया है, अभी मुझे उसको use करना है, उससे कुछ तो बनाऊंगा या बनाऊंगी और उसको बेचूंगी. नहीं, उससे कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा. You will lose your money just because you are technology focused. Design. So remember that most of the problems that we have in our life today, which has the priority number 1, is human-centric problems. We are creating systems, digital, non-digital, tools, everything for humans to consume. If there are no humans to consume, no technology is needed. So technology is not the first focus. Yeah, with the invention, somebody thought about it. There is a technology like AI algorithms. It came in 1960s. Today we have the technologies to run those algorithms and make benefit out of it. So we are using it now. जबरदस्ती use नहीं कर रहे थे तब से. So technology is not the first focus. When we are trying to solve human-centric problems, we start with people desirability. Do people desire a solution for this? What is those things that people have as a problem? What kind of solution can I give to the people so that they can use it? Most of our solutions are never used by people. अरे इतना अच्छा तो बनाया था. If you go to your Android store, you'll have millions, not billions maybe, millions of applications. There are very less downloads of all of them. Why? Because it was just made for the sake of it. So people desirability is most important as a structured process to innovation. Right? And when you have understood the people desirability, you need to talk about the business viability. Is it scalable? Is it going to be given to the right people, right segments? And I'll talk about that also in details. We have to understand the demographics of the people, what their needs are, which group I am doing it. There is no general solution for everybody. In this world, please remember one thing, ये solution बनाऊंगा जो सबके लिए काम आएगा, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. Every segment has its own needs of solutions. Mobility के लिए, a group earning very less, maybe will go for a Tata Nano or a Maruti Suzuki. But do you expect Mukesh Ambani to also drive a Maruti Suzuki? Maybe he wants to show, maybe photo shoot. But he would love to drive something which is at his level, which is maybe a Lamborghini. Maybe he is importing it. So segmentation is, understanding that is very important. So your solution of mobility Should not just say कि ये यार 10 लाख का गाड़ी बना दिया कोई खरीद नहीं रहा. Where are you targeting it? Whose aspirations and behaviors you are trying to see and analyze? And third comes technology. After these two things, is there technology which is going to solve this? If it is not there, can I put in R&D money in researching this, or can I ask somebody for help, or can I scout the globe for that technology to help me? So that this is the more right sequence. Then you have the sweet spot of innovation which is at the center. All these three merging. But there are offshoots also which can be done. So in the previous slide when you saw the circles, they were the opportunity circles. But when yesterday I was talking to you guys, few of you, I spoke about constraints. This diagram talks about the constraints. Without constraints, no innovation can happen. If life is very smooth, in the morning Mr. Sachin also spoke about that. एक straight line का मतलब we are dead. It has to be like this. Heartbeats. So those are the constraints. अभी नीचे गया तो अभी क्या करना है? There is an opportunity space. अभी ऊपर गया तो क्या करना है? शांत नहीं बैठना है. समझना है क्योंकि गिरना है हमें. It may fall down very soon. How do I maintain this? These are opportunities. Being ethical and integrity, that is more important. I am putting these 2 points because I want to be in the right way. There are a lot of unethical innovations that have happened. And for that reason, there are a lot of waste also. बहुत सारा waste बना हुआ है जिसके वजह से our Mother Earth is really getting choked. Right? So these constraints are very important to understand that without struggle in life, without constraints in our life, we cannot innovate. We cannot make a business out of it. We cannot be entrepreneurial. So this brings me to the next quote. The difficulty is not so much in developing new ideas as escaping from old ones. How many of you feel that मेरा idea तो best idea है यार, ये बेकार मेरे को मना कर रहे हैं ये सब करने के लिए. Your parents might have told you this idea is not good यार, तू क्या कर रहा है? तो नहीं मेरा idea अच्छा ही है, मुझे यही करना है course. How many of you feel that your idea is the best idea? Only one? Two bold ones, but everybody I know, हम सबको लगता है, मुझे भी लगता है, एक बार दिमाग में आइडिया हो तो बैठ जाता है. बट गलत है क्या? It's not wrong. Feeling that our idea is good idea is coming from our passion, which is fine. But then we have to also understand maybe I am wrong. That छोटा doubt अपने आप पे डालना चाहिए कि maybe I am wrong. Let me find out if I am wrong. If I am wrong and I do not know about it, it may be a very costly failure for me. You know, in India, a lot of startups fail. Why they fail? Because they jump into it saying कि यार मैं तो passionate हूँ, Rambo हूँ मैं, और भी जो भी अमिताभ बच्चन हूँ, right? So escaping from our old ideas is very important. We need to keep it aside and try to find out ये जरूरत भी है कि नहीं. But I have, in my past experience, I understood the innovation approach in these 4 blocks that you see. So first one says understand your stakeholders, which is called empathy. Empathy में बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि उसके शू में चले जाओ. Get into the stakeholder shoes. It's very tough. You cannot. How can you become somebody else by just wearing the shoes, right? So what is the right way? By observing what they are doing, not by asking them तुम्हें future में क्या चाहिए. They will be clueless. By just observing and asking them questions on the present, and that is called empathy. So we call it discover the real problem to solve. So when you see them, observe the people, the stakeholders who have a problem. So observation's DNA comes here. It is called immersion also. So you stay with those people and you see how they are behaving. दादर स्टेशन में जाके कोई तो रेलवे का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा था somebody. दादर स्टेशन में जाके जाओ लोग कैसे बिहेव करते हैं. And Dadar is a famous example. Go to Pune metro, empty. The trains are empty, totally empty. Still see how people board the train. They don't allow people to deboard and they will try to push in. अरे बाबा पूरा खाली तो है, फिर भी वही करना है. Why? But then when we understand that behavior, we are able to give the solutions to solve that also. So discover the real problem to solve. Just don't solve any problem. Understanding the real problem, discovering the real, half of the solution is already received. Second is collect quality ideas from a diverse group, non-judgmental. When you are networking, you are able to do that. So this DNA also comes in. Quality ideas through focused brainstorming in a small group, diverse group. नहीं कि crowdsource कर रहा हूँ. Hackathon जो होते हैं ना, hackathons, it's a famous thing. I don't like hackathons because hackathons ठीक है, ये के लिए अच्छा है, branding के लिए अच्छा है. हमने एक hackathon कर दिया, Amdocs has done a hackathon, Google has done a hackathon. It's good for branding. It never gives you good ideas. Good ideas will come when a diverse set of people sit together and brainstorm in a non-judgmental way. एक दूसरे का नीचा नहीं दिखाना आइडिया को. We call it yes and. You hear somebody's idea, you say yes and you add your idea. It's not like no but. जो हमारा natural reaction है, no, ये नहीं है, but हम ऐसा क्यों नहीं कर सकते? Yes and. So that should be the way. Then validate your critical assumptions. Very important stage. As I said, our idea is the best idea. But इसमें क्या क्या assumptions हैं? इंटरनेट है क्या गांव में? हम तो इंटरनेट के बेस पे 5G के बेस पे बोल रहे हैं, ड्रोन उड़ेगा और रियल टाइम वीडियो भेजेगा. बट ड्रोन कहाँ जाएगा? पता चला बीच में से ड्रोन का नेटवर्क गायब हो गया और हम ढूंढ रहे हैं ड्रोन को, और कोई ड्रोन लेके भाग गया, फिर क्या होगा? सो वैलिडेट योर assumptions, very important. And you know you don't know, मतलब your assumptions are there, you have found out your assumptions, you don't have data for it. So validation is about collecting data for the assumptions that you know. And this gives a rise to a very beautiful thing which is called you don't know. When you go out, move around, you did not have assumptions, you observe something and then you are experimenting, you are generating data out of it. And then you find कि यार ये तो सोचा नहीं था. That gives you your key differentiator for a solution. Remember that when you are going into the market which is cutthroat, you have to find out your differentiator, otherwise you cannot keep your space. Unless it is like selling tea. चाय के लिए बहुत opportunity है. I was told that in Pune, only consumption capacity of around 20 to 25% is met. So अगर मैं पुणे में एक चाय का ठेला लगाता हूँ, for sure success है. But we are talking today about entrepreneurship of a different level. But if you see the example that I am giving about chai, it's a fantastic business that people are coming. बीच में गुड़ाचा चाय हुआ तो पूरा सोलापुर हाईवे is full of गुड़ाचा चाय, right? Everybody is getting गुड़ वाला चाय. Now what the guy will do, who started it, he has to differentiate. क्या नया लाएगा? कुछ फ्लेवर गुड़ाचा चाय है, कुछ तो अलग-अलग variety of चाय, पानी पूरी, इतना सारा हो गया. But there is huge consumption capacity. But when you are talking about technology-based innovations and other problem solving, it's not that easy. You have to find your key differentiator. Otherwise, nobody will invest. And there it comes. You don't know. Some unique observation which you found and you are now ready to solve. And then don't be complacent. You are the first mover. People will try copying you. And you have to keep on innovating. Keep on innovating. That is always required. एक बार कर दिया हो गया खत्म नहीं. Then you cannot survive. So now from innovation mindset I come to entrepreneurship, and this is called the Lean Business Model Canvas by Ash Maurya. You can just Google. I love this canvas for any startup idea. This is good. But if you already have an existing business, then you go for the Strategizer Business Model Canvas, which is a bit different. So I talk about the Lean Business Model Canvas. So the first thing is understanding the customer segment. Very important. किस customer segment को मेरे को cater करना है, मेरे आसपास क्या है? दो तरीके हैं. एक तो मेरे को खुद को प्रॉब्लम है, so I am trying to solve it. That is called meaningful innovation. Because मुझे अपना प्रॉब्लम तो पता ही है, मैं सॉल्व कर लेती हूँ अपने लिए, अपना कर लेता हूँ. I have a solution. Now I want to check out the market. Is somebody ready to consume this also? मैंने तो कुछ अपने लिए कर लिया. Understanding the right customer segment. Is it senior citizen? Is it kids? Is it working mothers? Are they 25 to 35 age group? Is this middle-aged guys who are looking for wellness solutions because पेट निकला है मेरे जैसा? This is a segment. Are these 50 to 60? Are these guys who are maybe in a stage of life where they have a lot of money, they don't know how to spend it? Are these very super senior citizens who need a old age home in the right way? So these are segmentation, and there will be early adopters. So all MBA and BBA and BCA and everyone, remember this, customer segmentation is very important for your idea. Number two is needs and problems. When you understand the customer segment that you want to cater to, understand their specific needs and problems. Not generic needs and problems of सबका एक तो उठा के लेके किसी को कुछ करना है. You will fail. So their specific needs and problems through empathy, through immersion, observation, that gives you a groundwork of what problems to solve. You may get hundreds of problems. Pick up the top three, prioritize those problems and pick up one problem at a time to solve. Don't try to solve all global hunger problems. No. So it is very important for each one of you to prioritize your problem that you have seen and then try to solve it. And then comes the solution. Obviously, till now you have understood a very specific problem to solve and you will brainstorm and find a good solution. And as you understood solution को validate भी करना, experiment भी करना, तो solution उसके बाद लाना है. And because you have also tried, you don't know, you will be able to find the unique value proposition. ये क्या दे रहा हूँ? आज के डेट पे already are there existing solutions which are being given. Why will that person buy my solution from this solution? नहीं मेरा अच्छा है, मैं cashback देता हूँ. कब तक दोगे? तुम जिंदा भी रहोगे? खाओगे पियोगे कैसे? बिजनेस कैसे चलाओगे? लोन कैसे? EMI कैसे भरोगे? So cashback is not a solution for everything. Value proposition is a solution. I may be burning cash for now, but I have a value proposition because the people who have put in faith in me and given me money should be also looking for a ROI. नहीं venture capital के पास चले जाऊँगा. नहीं, they look for ROI every month. You need to show something, give them back. Otherwise they buy you out. Fifth is channels. How will you reach your customers? Customer तो पता चल गया. उन तक पहुंचने के लिए क्या क्या है? Today morning also when Anup was giving that example that distribution of papers and subscription, paper subscription. The first, second, third customer, maybe they said no. What is the other way? Can it be clubbed with something else? Can I give something else as a channel and then piggyback that with something else? Maybe ये ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. पेपर ज़रूरी नहीं है किसी को, maybe कुछ और पढ़ना वढ़ना कुछ है नहीं किसी को. तो maybe मैं digital कुछ देता हूँ, they may buy it and along with that I'll give their subscription. So finding the channel to reach your customer is very, very important. And maybe the most important, otherwise we will fail. Sixth is revenue stream. If I need to survive, I need to find out how will I fund my own initiatives. So revenue stream is a very complicated thing. So if you have heard Amazon is losing money on its retail, but how is it then surviving? Because it is earning a lot from its AWS, web services, right? So whatever it is doing, it's actually the idea is to have multiple verticals or multiple areas for the business, like Indigo. Are they doing great business because of their business model of being a cheap airline? No, they lease out aircrafts. Their main business is leasing out aircrafts to other airlines. And from that they are funding this, and today only Indigo is a profitable business in airlines in India. 7 is cost structure, very important. Just hiring people to do your coding and then giving them salaries and sometimes not giving them salaries, as Byju's did, is not going to work. There is a word called burning cash. So everybody who gets funding, they start burning cash. So how do I create my cost structure? What will be those cost expenses that I'll incur? Is it going to balance off with the revenue? Am I going to sustain this for a longer time when I'm becoming even, break even? So there has to be a break even calculation. This is a detailed discussion on this which can be done later. So next is key metrics, number 8. You should be able to measure whatever you are doing. If you are not able to measure, you will be lost. As a galaxy mein, outer space mein, like you don't have any path, you don't know where you are moving. You have to be knowing your directions, which the direction you are moving. Am I going down, going up? Is it becoming red? So all those metrics needs to be cleverly designed. Just measuring मेरे पास कितना पैसा है और कितना खर्च कर रहा हूँ, नहीं, that may not work. Am I reaching out to more stakeholders? Am I finding out more channels? Those are also key metrics. And the last one is unfair advantage. Is there something which is related to my IP, which nobody can copy very fast? Somebody may have to give me. I remember one person telling about the raise your hand in EdTech, education. Somebody patented that raise your hand symbol. And that guy was sitting in Bangalore and वो तो ऐसे ही कर दिया था, उसको idea आया, patent कर दिया. Now when Corona happened, everybody was into moving to virtual schools and all, Byju's and all. They had to buy that because that was patented. Because मैं raise hand कर रहा हूँ, तो वो भी एक patent हो सकता है, वैसा. So unfair advantage is kind of a patent or a copyright or something which gives you at least a head start for next 10-15 years. Maybe you can sell it also. Vaccines में काफी patents थे. but because it was a global need, there were a lot of fights to release the patents so that it is for general good. So I am done with the business model canvas, lean business model canvas for startup ideas. But now what I want to talk about is value chain. So traversing the value chain is very important because today, in today's world, you are really facing a lot of crisis with these things, data. We hear this a lot, data driven, everywhere data. And we are looking at data only. Right? What is data? Bits and bytes. Data is something which I cannot understand obviously in its own. I pick up something, I see that an element, and mostly it is in digital. Analog में तो कुछ समझ में आएगा ही नहीं. Analog में ऐसा data होता ही नहीं है. Data concept came in because of digital. But analog में भी है, when you are sensing those frequencies and waves and all, it may have a very big implication. Those waves and all, those are also data, which is generally not understandable by us. But we convert it into information by finding out patterns and fitting into the patterns. And today what is happening is artificial intelligence and then generative AI. Oh my God, so even Sachin spoke about it. Our jobs will be lost. Information में ही हमारा job खत्म हो जाएगा. Information क्या है? We have mobile पे you see read news on your mobile. दिन भर आते रहते हैं ना. ये news वो news ये हो गया. And you guys are getting carried away by ये हो रहा and most of them are fake also. You don't know WhatsApp पे आ गया तो ये है सब उस पे बात कर रहे हैं. It's not pure information. There is no backing, and we are fighting with that because we are stuck at the information level. Today, till now what AI was doing was finding those patterns from the data and trying to give it in a structured way. That is called information. What GenAI did, it is trying to bridge the gap between information and knowledge. Knowledge is based on your experience leads to understanding. So when you experience the information, you will walk through it. किसी ने बोला वो सामने कोई मार रहा है, जाके देख के आओ, मार रहा क्या कोई? नहीं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा. Then you experience and that leads to your understanding of the situation. कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So GenAI is trying to bridge this gap by doing what? And it is successful in that. And the reason behind its success is also something very, very funny. It is trying to fake a human character by understanding the context and using NLP, natural language processing. So AI का एक मैंने पूरा बना दिया मॉडल. There is something called as attention mechanism, and I am able to fake a human being to respond. And I am thinking that GenAI bot is very intelligent, has a lot of knowledge. क्योंकि मेरे पास ही knowledge नहीं है, मेरे पास सिर्फ information है. कोई मेरे को बेवकूफ बना रहा है, वो bot भी हो, तो मुझे लगेगा ये तो बहुत intelligent है. So our jobs won't be lost. Our jobs will be transformed and lost if we do not understand that we are humans. We have to understand and trust our own intelligence of interpreting things. Don't go for any fake. Now I can tell you because of GenAI there will be a lot of fake and morphing and all the cyber में तो इनको वैसे face हो रहा है इतना सारा. So GenAI is going to make their life hell. They are going to trace back कि ये किसका photo है, ये किसका video है. Is it deepfake? Deepfake was already there with AI. Now with GenAI it is very interactive. वो बोल भी रहा है वैसे, सब कुछ कर रहा है. It's a nightmare because we are not intelligent. हम consuming क्यों कर रहे हैं? Are we not intelligent enough to stand and speak to people, talk about our own experiences? So GenAI will never be able to be knowledgeable because it does not have consciousness. It is not a living thing, but it is going to fake a human very well. And I can guarantee you 90% of the people won't be able to differentiate. ये fake human है. हम तो human को भी कोई सामने मेरा एक्टिंग करता है मेरे को समझ में. हम मूवी देख के रोते हैं. कितने लोग रोते हैं मूवी देख के? सबको पता है मूवी में नाटक चल रहा है, फिर भी हम रो रहे हैं, राइट? वी आर इमोशनली चार्ज्ड. हंस भी रहे हैं. अरे ऐसे कैसे, कितना बढ़िया बोला, कितना उल्टे साइड से बाइक चला रहा है, कितना थ्रिल आता है. So, पुणे में सब उल्टे साइड से बाइक चलाते हैं. So that is what movies does to us, and we know it is fake. Still we believe in it. तो हम लोग को तो भगवान ही मालिक है. GenAI will be easily able to overtake us because we are not able to detect what is fake and what is right because we are not applying our intelligence. So rest assured, if each one of you after today's talk apply your intelligence, nobody can take away your job. You will create jobs, right? You all will be entrepreneurs who are creating jobs for others who cannot detect between fake and not fake. And then comes wisdom. This is the highest level. Only a human can reach there. Never GenAI and all technology cannot reach there. Because it is directly connected to the consciousness and awareness, which is a totally different domain of science to understand. And scientists are trying to break this also. And God help us when it will be broken. I would be most interested in this topic when a GenAI bot is very wise, real wise. So what I want to say, and I had created this formula long back, you can create impact. The first thing is visible. It's called VVV, I thought, to become exponential in what you do, how you do it. So first of all, each one of you should be visible. And it is connected to networking. अपने कंप्यूटर के पीछे बैठ के कुछ नहीं होगा. If you want to be an entrepreneur, be a changer, problem solver, कुछ करके दिखाना है तो be visible in the right forums. Right? They have to know this is a person, it is not a bot, GenAI bot. At least अभी तो पता है हम लोग GenAI bot नहीं है. कुछ दिन बाद वो भी पता नहीं चलेगा शायद कि हम इंसान है या बॉट है. यहाँ पे शायद एक रोबोट भी मेरे जैसा घूम रहा होगा. My digital twin or my actually material twin, properly looking like me and moving like me. So be visible. Now for being visible, it is the first thing. Standing on stage or standing up and speaking and sharing your thoughts. Not always at the right moment, whenever needed. The second thing is for that you have to be prepared, because when you are visible, there will be a lot of discussions happening, so be vocal. You have to talk out. You have to be ready to be said that you are wrong. This is the thought process. Debate, discussion. That needs to happen, and it happens when you have meaningful content within you. So being visible and then being vocal, very important for you to get the right co-founders with you. Entrepreneurial journey, you cannot do it alone. You will need the ecosystem partners and stakeholders to carry on with you. And the most important is the third V, valuable. Be the diamond. Be like a farmer who feeds 50 other families. Not like an IT professional like me who sits in an AC room and consumes like 50 people's food. उल्टा होता है हमारा. हम उतना खा जाते हैं, उतना एनर्जी खा जाते हैं, उतना ये खा जाते हैं, क्या कोडिंग करने के लिए. So be like a farmer who is putting sweat and blood there on the ground, planting crops, harvesting it and selling it. Maybe they don't have the right amount of food to consume, but they are feeding. If tomorrow no farming happens, then we are all dead, going to be dead, right? We are going to import food from outside. So, this three is very important. Being visible first, being vocal then, and being valuable. Try to create value for others. And this is one of the last quotes that I have. Good thoughts are no better than good dreams unless they are executed. ये ideas वगैरह ठीक है, होता है, आएगा, experiment करोगे. They have to be executed with the right team. You will need to get a team, not a big team. Start small and drive it if you want to be an entrepreneur. A small one also. So in a nutshell, if I want to say, innovators DNA is what I told or spoke about, inculcating the DNA, very important. Thinking the design way. So generally we use the word design thinking, but I say thinking in a design mindset, with a design mindset which is very important. Design is not drawing. Design is understanding a structure, understanding and tweaking the structure in 6 dimensions in my head, and then putting it in as an expression, being vocal about it and putting it a value. So understanding that, if I am building multi-story buildings, what will be the forecast of the issues that are going to come up, how the sanitation will work, how the plumbing will work, how the traffic will work, 1,000 people coming out and 1,000 people going in. How is it going to work? That is a design mindset. I just do not. So today's engineers, if you see, they are in all municipal corporations. They are just going after giving FSIs and building structures and all those stuff. They have not thought about the impact of the whole population on there. In the West, they have business districts where they have multi-story buildings. Outside, they have horizontal houses. Why? Because that gives space. Here, everywhere we have multi-story buildings. Now, where will those vehicles come out? How will that happen? So, thinking with a design mindset for any problem that needs to be solved. And the third is execution. And I really love this, Tom and Jerry, because they are good executors of their problems. Tom ko Jerry se problem hai, Jerry ko Tom se problem hai. Lekin there is beautiful synergy. They love each other. One cannot exist without the other. जेरी चाहिए, जेरी किसको जेरी ज्यादा पसंद है, कितनों को? टॉम कितनों को पता है? कैट लवर्स कुछ तो है, बोथ आर नीडेड। कोई एक दूसरे के दुश्मन है बट एक दूसरे के बिना जी भी नहीं सकते। बट हाउ स्मार्ट दे आर, what they are doing, what kind of ideas they are bringing. Obviously there are human brains behind that, but it is beautiful. So execute like Tom and Jerry, and mostly like Jerry. I love Jerry. So with this I complete. Thank you. If any questions, please shoot. I know it's very late. Clapping means no questions. Thank you.
You can ask questions. I would like to, answer. We should answer this question because most of the students, they think that certification is more important than attending the regular classes. So most of them, it's all about getting the job. So the mindset is that if we don't attend the class, it's okay. But during that time, we should go for the certification, which will give us a quick job. So if you can clarify these things to the students that how important study is, and after completing your degree, you can go for the certification, because we always explain this to them that first you should complete your degree, then you can go for the certification. Both things are very different. Certification does not guarantee a job. That's what my stand. So I would like to take your view also on the same.
Sure. Very important conflict of today is क्या करना है, जॉब तो करना है, जॉब मिला नहीं मिला, क्या करेंगे अभी, we are so confused. And believe me, this was there 20 years ago also, maybe 50 years ago also. Only thing, the opportunities are different then and opportunities are different now. I believe in first is becoming educated. Educated मतलब ये नहीं है कि I am job ready. Educated का मतलब ये भी हो सकता है मैं ब्राह्मण हूँ, मैं ज्ञान दे रहा हूँ, राजा को ज्ञान दे रहा हूँ. You can be a advisor to Modi. That is not a job. Political role maybe a bureaucratic role. Maybe he loved your thoughts. So a Brahminical quality of giving the right knowledge and wisdom to the bureaucracy, to the government, that is what education is. First of all, I want to urge all of you to be educated. Don't fight for the job market. कि मेरे को IIT कैसे भी क्रैक करना है, मेरे को ये कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम क्रैक करना है और यहाँ पे आ गया. Educated. If you are in the educational institute, this is an educational institute, right? Where this is kind of what is it? There are guru ka ashram. It's like ashram. We have forgotten those words. But education is of prime importance. नहीं तो मैं इंसान बन ही नहीं सकता. All these things that I spoke about will not enter your mind if you are not educated. आपने रट के पास कर लिया, some questions answer हो गए. कुछ लोग बोलेंगे वो किस्मत से पास हो गया, वो तो ऐसे ही फ्लूक में पास हो गया. सो पास फेल का मतलब ही नहीं होता. इन लाइफ देयर इज नो फेलियर. रिमेंबर, देयर इज नो फेलियर इन लाइफ. इफ इट वाज सपोज्ड टू बी फेल्ड, यू वुडंट हैव बीन बोर्न. पैदा हो गया मतलब आप सक्सेसफुल हैं. आपको कुछ पर्पस के लिए यहाँ जिंदा रखा गया है और उसका कंट्रोल हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. वी आर नॉट द कंट्रोलर ऑफ आवर ओन लाइफ नॉर आवर ओन बर्थ. सो वंस वी आर देयर, born here, we need to understand what is our purpose, and for that education is very important. Learning from your seniors, from your guru, from your parents, from the environment, from nature, all are our guru. And once you are educated, you automatically find that you are able to pick up a profession or pick up a capability which is going to help you take it forward. वो mindless नहीं होगा. It is coming from your within. Get a certification on that. What we call this graduation, undergraduation is called a formal education. Formal education is with a reason. The reason is giving equal opportunity to all to explore. It's like a buffet. Buffet का ये मतलब नहीं है अगर 50 आइटम में 50 के 50 खाने हैं, मर जाओगे 50 के 50 खाओगे तो. Pick up the one that you like and you want to have, and have that only as per your भूख. जितना भूख लगा है, hunger. not just gorging everything. There will be few who will be trying to maximize कि अभी दिया है बफे में 1000 रुपए दिया है तो पूरा ही खाना है और फिर वो पेट पकड़ के बैठेगा 4 दिन दवाई खाएगा. So this life and educational issues, formal education is like a buffet. It gives you opportunities. That is also important because in this country at least, there is a huge population. How will corporates or organization or even entrepreneurs like you, when you want to filter in people, you have to choose based on certain criteria, initial. That is not the end, that is the initial part. IIT को कुछ भी हो, choose कर रहे हैं. That filtration is based on some numbers and all. But then the fun starts. You have to deliver value. You have to be visible, vocal and valuable. नहीं तो वो वही 2 दिन में निकाल देगा. They train you, they invest in you. But you have to deliver value. Now, for God's sake, if you get into a profession which is totally not liked by you, you went just for a job, you will never be able to give value. बहुत ही बेकार वैल्यू होगा और कोई और आ जाएगा. And then you will say कि इसको ज़्यादा opportunity, उसको ज़्यादा opportunity. Allow the people on the top to understand कि उनका business चलाने के लिए वो उनको किससे value मिल रहा है. उसके साले से मिल रहा है, भाई से मिल रहा है, या ये बहुत expert है जो engineer है उससे मिल रहा है. उसको decide करने दो ना. That person is the entrepreneur. He doesn't want you, he doesn't want somebody else. Fine. But then you don't lose out anywhere else because you are educated. You have your capabilities within you and you can always dynamically explore things. So come out of the job mindset. You need not start your own business. The mindset that I was talking about, entrepreneurship mindset, is not becoming a businessman. It is the mindset which is talking about taking ownership, taking those risks. Even with your education, experiment with your education. Find out what is there inside you which you would love to do. And I am guaranteed there may be hundreds of barbers there sitting, cutting hair, but you will love one who maybe dances and does a great hair cutting which others cannot copy. वो तो कान काट देगा. So that is a specific capability that that person has achieved. उसका मतलब नहीं मैं copy करके मैं भी बार्बर हूँ. I am giving extreme examples with a reason because it makes our mind think कि क्यों job mindset चाहिए. And I was sharing my own story. I am an MBA. I am non-engineer. I did my BSc Physics. And when I was in Bangalore, the first campus that happened in NCST Bangalore, I did my software technology full-time course from there, postgraduate diploma. 2000, there was a dot-com bust. The letter did not come. They had given me offer, but letter did not come. What should I do? There were many students with me also, and they were also waiting. Nobody wanted to do anything. घर पे खाना बनाना है मेस में बैठ के. मैं बोला यार मैं MBA हूँ तो मैं जाके बेच सकता हूँ कुछ. I was on the streets of Bangalore without knowing the language, local language. English में बात करता था. And I used to get abused. यार तू कर क्या रहा है? You go away. I won't give you. But I struggled. Why not try it out? ऐसा नहीं कि कैंपस में मिल गया. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. But will you be preparing yourself tomorrow? You have to prepare yourself today. Yesterday is gone. Don't crib about yesterday. आज ही है आपके पास. कल किसी ने नहीं देखा. What is going to happen? Now today IT has gone down and suddenly Facebook is laying off people, Google is laying off people, and where it started? Because Elon Musk said that मैं प्रूव कर दूंगा. तुम लोगों ने मेरे साथ गेम खेला. मेरा ट्विटर का डील को मेरे को ऐसा कर दिया. I'll lay off 75% of the people along with the CEO. ट्विटर का उसने 25% लोग रखा. CEO को भी निकाल दिया. And he proved that today still Twitter is there. Everybody was predicting Twitter is gone. He changed everything. So what he proved is, now scared all these biggies. Because they had overhired and they had hyped everything. Now they are releasing and their share price is going up. So imagine earlier when companies used to lay off people, their share price used to go down. कुछ तो problem है. अभी when they are laying off people, their share price is going up. Valuation is going up. So the mindset has changed suddenly. That we can do more with less. So think from those perspectives. Don't just blindly aim for a job. It's not going to help. Create your value inside so that you can move from things and clearly choose. The final thing is about making the right decisions in your life, which may not be perfect, but it should take you through the journey and become better and better every day. Better version of yourself. I tried to answer. It's a very complicated thing. Thanks. Thank you all.
Thank you so
so much, Mr. Anjan Biswas, for your effective words. As Mr. Anjan Biswas mentioned, a successful entrepreneur enrich not only bank account but also ecosystem, fostering innovation, empower communities, and leaving a legacy of positive impact that transcends monetary wealth. And I also want to mention innovation fuels entrepreneurship, turning ideas into opportunities and dreams into reality.
Now, I would request the technical team to play the AV of our guest speaker, Mr. Anup Kiran, IT Evangelist. Anup. Anup is an IT evangelist, an executive with a diverse career of over 20 years. He has led multiple portfolios, including business growth, innovation, and strategy, among others, for global corporations. He has also led companies in new business and product incubation, cultural transformation, strategic alliances, and exponential value realization exceeding $500 million. His recent stint was with STL as Global Head of Innovation. Prior to this, he was with Amdocs, T-Systems, Tata, and Wipro. He is an alumnus of Judge Business School, University of Cambridge, UK, and have done executive leadership program with Harvard Business Publishing. Anup is a passionate innovation coach and an avid practitioner of design thinking by Stanford University. He has mentored many startups supporting Government of India Invest India initiatives. His innovation models and practices have received endorsements from major global clients for multi-billion dollars value realization with disruptive products and offerings. Industry accreditations include Great Place to Innovate by Zeno and Influential Innovation Leader at World Innovation Congress. We welcome you, sir, to the IT Symposium 2024. I request our guest speaker, Mr. Anup Kiran, to address the audience with his topic, Innovation in Corporate and Journey to Scale. The platform is all yours, sir.
Alright, this is my check. Am I audible? Okay, good evening everyone. मजा नहीं आया? Good evening everyone. अभी भी एनर्जी कम है, भूख लगी है? बहुत जोर की, मुझे भी लगी है, right? You know, एक तो टाइमिंग ऐसा, दूसरा अंजन आके बोल के जाता है, फिर मेरे लिए बोलने के लिए कुछ बचता ही नहीं है. You know, you would have seen the logo Amdocs in my profile too. And आज मैं अंजन जब बात कर रहा था तो मैं वहाँ जाके बैठा था, क्योंकि जहाँ मैंने नौकरी छोड़ी वहाँ अंजन आके बैठा था, right? And really अंजन, it's been a privilege कि जो जर्नी हमने Amdocs में शुरू किया था, अंजन not just sustained it, but you took it up to this level, so it's really a matter of pride for us. And now the life becomes even more difficult कि अब मैं क्या बात करूँगा, right? उसने innovators DNA बना दिया, mindset बना दिया, and the sweet spot पे दिखा दिया कि कैसे solution निकालना है and how to bring the entrepreneurship. And trust me, इसके आगे जो भी conference रहेगा, अगर अंजन का नाम देखा तो मैं नहीं जाऊँगा. I will choose to go somewhere else. But anyways case, I think story of innovation does not have limitation. As much as innovation is a broad subject, उसके aspects भी काफी broad होते हैं. And every day there is a new learning, right? And आज somebody was talking कि we are all from different backgrounds. Somebody is coming from a vada pav family, or किसी ने चाय बेचा है, किसी ने newspaper बेचा है. You know, I take it with pride that ऐसा कुछ काम मैंने भी किया है during my college days. Not out of necessity, but कुछ additional income मिल जाएगा तो you can spend on your own. So that was the motivation. But when I actually did that, and Anjan mentioned about this sales story, I realized कि actual market क्या है, customer क्या है, and customer को बेच कैसे सकते हैं कुछ चीजें. It is probably not your product, but you can sell it. And what is the real gratification? खुद को क्या खुशी मिलती है when you are able to convert a potential into an actual business, right? So that was something that I learned years back, about 20 years back. उसके बाद काफी इधर-उधर गया. And ये जो glorifying video बनाया है, I don't know who made this video, it's really fabulous. मेरे को एक copy चाहिए. But behind this story, there is immense amount of failure stories, right? बहुत miserably fail हुआ हूँ मैं, in life, in personal life, and even in professional life. So ऐसा नहीं है कि life is always in that steady path. There is always a plus and a minus. It's about how you take those pluses and minuses and convert this into a great story, the way this beautiful video turned out to be. And वो वीडियो देखने के बाद ऐसा लगता है ये मैं ही हूँ क्या, right? So it's so beautifully made. Thank you for whoever did this. And I really want to meet the person after this session. Thank you very much. So with this, अभी आप लोगों ने सुबह स्किलिंग के बारे में सुना, अप स्किलिंग के बारे में सुना, रीस्किलिंग के बारे में सुना. You also heard about the cyber space, the crimes, and how to kind of tackle those crimes. And our friend here has offered to open up a center of excellence out here, which is very kind of him. You also heard Anjan talk about innovation. What is innovation DNA? What is the attributes? क्या mindsets चाहिए? What kind of thought process is needed on innovation? I'm going to talk about how do we unlock innovation and take this innovation to scale, right? हम लोग जहाँ पे भी जाते हैं innovation की बात करते हैं. What is the first word which comes out जब कोई innovation event होता है? There's a word which comes out everywhere. सब लोग बहुत excited होते हैं उस पे. बहुत जोर भूख लगी है लोगों को लग रहा है, right? दिमाग बंद हो गया है? Heard of hackathon?